LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
Huh?
Never said where.
In the office, in my office.
Oh, in your office. Where you at? You in your office? Where you at? I thought you was at the crib.
I'm at the crib in my
You
house.
got an office in your house?
I have an office in my house. But let's
I see
cut
you.
this out. Let's cut this out. I don't want this in the
Ain't gonna cut
pod.
that out. It's not the
Nah,
stuff.
let's not the beginning. Let's not. Let's cut that out. Cut that out. All right.
Everybody in the world, listen to this, whatever platform you are listening to this on. Episode 3. We are now on YouTube. We are now on SoundCloud. We are now on Spotify. We are now on Stitcher. We are now on TuneIn. We are now on Blueberry, and we have a few more to come. Apple's, iTunes, to name it in specific. You know, you dig. Hello. We are back another week. Thank you for this opportunity. Third week. I just want to give a thanks and a shout out to the support that we have received, not only with like our friends and family, but with the listens, not only here in America, but it's like seeing the stats. Like, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but like just seeing like the people listen to us, like, yo, it's crazy. So I want to give it thanks. And we appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep it moving. Y'all motivate us. We're keeping it going. We are back with my bro, EJ. What's the pod name?
Unusually Ordinary.
And we are here. We are back where we what?
Where we get to the real. Magic the Lakers. We're going to talk about the Baxter Holmes story. All right, Baxter Holmes wrote a story for ESPN, kind of describing what's going on in Lakerland, how a lot of the Lakers staffers are feeling with in their treatment from Magic Johnson, Rob Pelinka, and how Rich Paul's involvement has been destructive to the Lakers. We both read the story.
You read it?
What are your thoughts on it? Yeah, I read it.
Bro, when I first read it, the first thing that popped out was not really what went on with Magic. Like, I mean, if you make a mistake in a multi-billion-dollar industry, then you can expect that. But what really got me was the Rich Paul situation. Like, dog, not really for riding planes, because he did that in Cleveland. Like, that's one of the reasons why LeBron dipped out of Miami, because he was used like in Cleveland, like his crew rode on the planes with him. I remember one time when he was in Miami, he wanted to stay like overnight in a particular city. I can't really think of it right now. And Exposure or Pat Riley said nah. So, but they did that in Cleveland. So Rich Paul on a plane, that's not really new. Like, LeBron been doing that since like Cleveland days before he went to Miami. But what got me was when he had a conversation had a conversation with Adam Silver about the Luke Walton, about the head coach of the team. Like, why would you go to the commissioner to make a decision on team on an organization and what they do in their operations? So all the whispers we heard throughout the year, throughout the season about Luke Walton and how like LeBron don't like that coach, like, it's true. Like, it was out there all year, and we know why. So when I seen that, now I see why Jenny, she didn't really want to like hire Tyronn Lue. She didn't want to give in to LeBron and them, because LeBron and them already from the jump been trying to run the Lakers, like going behind her back and trying to make like basketball operation decisions like that the Lakers should be making, like something that Magic or Rob Pelinka should be doing, but Rich Paul, an agent of the best player on the team, is making that decision. So now I see why Jenny is like, nah, we're going to go with Frank Vogel. We're not going to do what you want to do, because you've been trying to do what you want to do since you got here. Going behind our back, doing this, doing that. Like, I never heard of that. Like, that's crazy. Like, an agent going to the commissioner to get his client's head coach replaced. Now on Get Up, Adam Silver said it was just like he just seen him in a restaurant And it was just a hot take that it was just 30 seconds. So you believe what you want to believe, but that's crazy. That's crazy. And another thing that came up, somebody, anonymous Laker staffer said that Jenny is easily controlled and manipulated by Lisa. What's old girl name?
Linda Rambis.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm just gonna say
That's your franchise.
the thing with Rich Paul, to me, it wasn't really surprising. I mean, I feel like a lot of superstars have have a lot of control, so I'm not really surprised by that. I'm kind of surprised to the extent where Rich Paul went, talked to Adam Silver, how he was on the planes, really just his presence was, I guess, one person in the article described it as whenever he was at practice or whatever, not in the Lakers facility, you just felt uncomfortable because you felt like if you're in the coaching staff, your job was in jeopardy. If you're a player, that you could be trapped. I mean, I mean, and I think that's true. The part really, I don't say I don't have the part that's hard to believe, not saying it's not true, but hard to believe is the way that they were saying how Magic was running the Lakers. Just how he put fear into a lot of the employees, how I guess he got onto one of the I don't know if she was executive or she's been working with the team for 2 decades, but she made a mistake getting a ride or transportation for one of the draft prospects. Mm-hmm. And then he kind of peeled into her, made her cry. She ended up quitting, and she said, "What? She ended up quitting?" Yeah, she quit, and she's been going to therapy. This was in 2017.
How about it? So that's the first time she ever got chewed at work? Or was Magic that brutal? That's the only 2 scenarios. Like if she been skating by and just been like, "Hi, Jenny, how was the weekend?" and nobody really like get on her, and if she makes a mistake, it's like, "Oh, it's all right, like we understand." And she used to that for 2 decades. Then Magic come in like, "What you doing?" Like, you know what I'm saying? It really gets into her. That's the 2 scenarios. But Magic though, that he like people always say that Magic is Magic and Irvin is Irvin, so that's nothing new.
Do you think Magic? I mean, we weren't there, but just our opinions on it. Do you think Magic really was hard on the employees? He said that he even said that he's hard on his employees.
Yeah, I believe that. Cause like Magic, like he's been successful in business for so long, so I don't think you get away for. I don't think you like could build a portfolio of businesses that he has a stake in or that he owns by just letting people skate by with mediocrity. Like he demands excellence. That's why one of the reasons why LeBron like was attracted to him, because like, okay, you was great as a player and you great as a businessman. What LeBron trying to do? He already great as a basketball player. He's a GOAT. He's not trying to get better at like the business type. That's why he got all these productions. He owned Blaze. He got juice bars in Miami still. Like he got, you know what I'm saying? He like got an investment in Liverpool, the soccer club. Like he
with things with on first take with Stephen A. Smith that he is hard, but how hard do you think he is? They're trying to get seen like he is brutal. What do you think
he is? Cause like
brutal.
I won't say brutal to as if like he abuses his employees, because we would have heard about this long ago. Like this is not the first business like Magic's been a part of. And to my recollection, I have not heard of a scandal in which like something came out about Magic did this or did that, or did this or did that to an employee while he had his businesses. So I don't think it was nothing like that. So people always say that he is like he is cutthroat. Like it is like he's a businessman. Like what businessman is not hard? Like if it's this businessman, like it's your money up there, up the state, like upstate, up front, and you just hope to turn a profit. So when you have that much, like when you have that much invested and staking like your money, then of course you're not just gonna you're not just gonna accept any old standards. So when it's a situation where like it's the first impressions are everything. That's what people always say, right? So this your first impression of meeting and coming to our organization, coming to our facilities. I don't want you waiting 30 minutes to an hour on a pickup. We might as well just call the Uber.
Okay, she made a mistake, and then it said in the article, Magic was like, "Oh, I don't make mistakes." Cool, whatever. She made
Oh,
a
I
mistake.
don't believe that. He made
That probably was a
mistakes.
big mistake. But
You want to talk
another
about the
part,
Magic? You want to talk about the mistakes Magic's made? He said he
no,
never made mistakes, but we can talk about the mistakes he made.
right. Well, he probably said that at Anchor. But what I don't like was kind of like the mind tricks of it. How he had just like the stack of resumes sitting on his desk, and making everybody seem like they're replaceable. Which, okay, we all know they're all replaceable. We know we're replaceable as employees, but just the constant reminder of walking on eggshells in the workplace. I don't like that. I'm not feeling that. And I'm a
Okay.
Lakers fan, but yeah, there's ways you go about running a business. That's not one of the ways. You're doing the whole scare tactics. If you do this, you're out of here. No, that's not cool.
All right, that's where I'm gonna go. Before Magic was owner of Starbucks and Magic Theaters and all this, like how he got to where he got, what was the genesis of that? Like, what did he do?
Before he was a basketball player.
Okay, exactly. So a stack of resumes every year. There's a stack of resumes up for guys that's already in the NBA. It's called the NBA draft. It's called college basketball. Like you can't just be comfortable in the position that you already have, thinking that I'm always gonna be here. So to tell his employees that's there, like, yo, like, okay, if you one of the good ones, you'll stay. If you one of the best players, you can stay on the team. If not, then hey, we got these prospects we looking at. If the prospect is better than what we currently have, then guess where we're gonna go.
It's different.
No, but
It's
we just
different.
said though, what's the genesis? He said he's a basketball player.
Yeah.
You don't think like Magic didn't always play point guard in his career. Or he played point guard, but he always started. Like, there was other guards that started at the one. But he was like towards the end of his career. So he's used to like play or he's seen his teammates like get shipped out and somebody else come in via the draft that takes their spot. Like he's used to somebody getting replaced all the time. It's always like who's the best available? Who's the best available? And if the best available is not on our team, who's the best for their position? Or who's the best available? And if the best is out there and we're not really too strong and within our own organization, someone could be replaced to strengthen our whole team as a whole, then I'm gonna do that. So you say 1,000 employees, bro. You got to think about that.
No, no.
How
He
many
had a
colleges? No,
stack.
how many colleges are there? How many universities that like try to apply for like certain positions that they went to school for within like a professional sports organization? So of course you don't get 1,000 applications.
You don't leave them on your desk as a scare tactic,
I will leave them on my
reminding.
desk. Where I'm gonna put them? I'm not gonna put 1,000 applications in a file cabinet.
You don't leave them on your desk, reminding them and looking at and letting everybody know, hey, this is who
He's being
wants the
open
job.
with him. He's being honest with him. What you gonna be like? No, bro, ain't nobody apply for your position. You good? What you want me to do? Lie to him? If he really had 1,000 applications on his desk, what's wrong with telling his current employees he got 1,000 applications on his desk?
You're using it as a scare tactic. That's
Okay,
not. Yeah.
no, it's called motivation. Same way Jimmy Johnson would come in, like if a particular like Jimmy Johnson, NFL head coach, like if a particular player didn't play up to standard, he would just put an airplane ticket in their locker. Like just go home. You could be replaced.
It's
And dog,
different. Athletes,
we ain't got time for your feelings, dog. This is professional sports. What you mean? Every year, this draft prospects coming in to take already pros job. Why? Because it's deemed that this prospect is better or have a better projection going forward than somebody that's already is pro. Bro, we see all the time. We see people we like in the NBA and NFL always get replaced by rookies. Always.
it's a
It's all
different.
about getting better and just staying relevant. We ain't got time for your feelings, dog. If you worry about your feelings, go play for one of those scrub teams that don't really care about winning. Like she could, like, you know what I'm saying? Go put her. She could go put her application in with the Suns. If she messes up on a draft pick, it's okay. She will have another opportunity next year to pick a top 5 pick. When you the Lakers, you get a 4th pick once every, well, now, because y'all been sorry for the past 10 years. Well, realistically 5, 6. Y'all used to, know what I'm saying? She like, man, we had the 2nd pick last year. Now we got 4th. Like, man, next year we'll have 3rd. Like, I'll get it right next year. She used to that mediocrity. And then Magic come in like, no, we shouldn't be pitching. We shouldn't be picking in the top 5. We should be picking 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Okay. What does this have to do with the draft? She made a mistake. You reprimanded her. Cool. If somebody makes a mistake, you get reprimanded. That's
exactly.
Fine. That's fine. But I'm not against reprimanding an employee. But the scare tactics, you walk around, you leave the resumes on your desk, reminding the employees of, oh, you're replaceable, you can be out of here. Your whole demeanor of you just doing things, and then like the staff learning about things through the media. How do they learn about who you sign through the media and they work there? Like, it's just you're not being as one. No, nobody's on the same page. It was just dysfunction. As you can see, the dysfunction trickled down, was from top to bottom, from the front staff to the team. I mean, it was a mess. I don't see how you just could agree with that.
I mean, that was throughout the story. So let's talk about it. If we know that the only like negative that was spoke about with Magic was what? He was rude to an employee and a stack of applications on his desk.
Just, I mean, not it was. I mean, just the way he went about things. Just the.
But it wasn't just him though. We're gonna get to the other suspect in the crime, but he wasn't the only one. Is what I'm saying.
That wasn't just Rob Pelinka too. I mean, it was him and Rob. Basically, they said Magic and Rob. The thing with Magic was getting onto the girl, but a lot of it was them saying Magic and Rob ran the Lakers like this. That was a big problem. I don't agree with that. The whole scare tactic thing. Cool. Yeah. If the franchise is in disarray, you need to buckle down. Y'all need to get this thing moving right. Sure. Get on your employees, but the whole scare tactic, the whole everybody's uncomfortable coming to work. You have all these employees coming and speaking out about just all the dysfunction going on. That's not a normal thing. So I mean, I don't see how you're just like, oh well, it's just this, it's just Magic. I mean, you can run. That's just sports. No, it's not just sports. It's your workplace. You shouldn't feel uncomfortable in your workplace. They're not the athletes. They signed up for a job. I mean, they do work for a sports team, but they're not the athlete. That's not a part of the job. You don't trade your employees. You don't just treat them like they're athletes. That's not the case.
I don't really call it a scare tactic. The scare tactic.
How is that not okay? That's how the employees,
the stack of applications.
And reference it to hey, if y'all don't get it right, I got people here that want to. I mean, yeah, of course we all know.
He wants to get better. So you tell. So y'all been used to being sorry. So y'all been used. Y'all been used to me. Like who y'all? The people. She was there when her brother and Mitch Kupchak was there when it was mediocrity. So she been used to just skating by with just getting by with that with whatever. I'm not saying that she just did this the whole time she was there, but you got somebody that demands excellence and knows what he's doing and wants his organization ran a certain way. When you are the president of basketball operations, meaning how the basketball team runs and work, you run all that. If I want to run a specific way, then okay. If you messed up, then okay. If I'm in charge of we president basketball operations, that means you above the general manager. So you're not just really making decisions on players, you're making decisions on personnel as well. So if I could upgrade somebody else, then I'm cool. So I'm putting in basketball terms. So EJ, would you rather have right now, going forward, like, well, in their prime, D'Angelo Russell or Derek Fisher?
D'Angelo Russell.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same
It's
way.
a different
So if
business.
someone can be replaced and you
It's a
can
different
upgrade the
business.
roster to make a team better, then why not do that? Have that same mindset while you in business.
I'm not saying not have that mindset. I'm saying having the scare tactic of leaving the resumes
How's
out.
the scare tactic? You keep saying scare tactic. I don't think that's a scare tactic. I think you just being soft. Like, bro, like you could be like, your job don't really care about you. You gotta like be so good at your job that your job got really like you got like it's like a bidding war. You know what I'm saying? So if you just somebody that's like she's not the only person in her field or in her industry that does what she does. So if there's someone out there that's better than her, or not really just her, if there's people, there's somebody in the concession stands that can do the job better, or there's somebody in the security field that does something better than what we currently have, like he's in charge of all personnel, not just basketball, not just in the office, like all personnel within basketball operations. Like he's above the general manager. So yes, like no, resumes is applications. Like how many, like bro, how many jobs you apply for and you didn't get? You think you're the only one that applied for that job? I'm pretty sure there's hundreds, if not in the 50s or the 80s. I'm pretty sure there's hundreds that apply for the same job that you probably got. And guess who got it?
Okay, I'm gonna just say this. It obviously didn't help. It obviously didn't help. What they did and how he did things, it didn't help. The proof is in the pudding. You can have your opinion on it. You can say it was great. It was okay for this. It didn't help.
I won't say it's okay, but I'll just say it's big.
Okay,
like you're a multi-billion-dollar business in a multi-billion-dollar industry. Then, hey,
did it help?
Bro, that's not the only mistake. Like there's a lot of things they've done that didn't help what they were trying to accomplish.
Did it help? Did it help? What they were doing? Did that help?
What? Help what? Help what?
Did they help the team? Were the Lakers better? Or are they worse?
Because she messed up on a car drive for her prospect.
The whole way they went about running the team wasn't helpful for the Lakers.
No, it wasn't. No, you're talking about in total and like
in total. That's what I mean. Like their tactics.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
But now you can't just pinpoint and say, yeah, this was bad. Like I mean, that's business.
I'm saying it wasn't okay. Never mind.
In your job right now, if your boss lets you know, yeah, EJ, you safe, you good, but he really had hundreds of applications on his desk that he's going through to try to find somebody to replace you, but you didn't know that, and you just come to work one day and just like, who is this? Yeah, this the yeah, we sorry though, we just gonna have to let you go, bro. Like we found somebody better, and then yeah. Or would you like, yeah, so I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. Hey, I got some applications, got some resumes. They look impressive. They applying for your job. And, you know, I'm a businessman. And I'm just saying, if there's a way I can turn my profit more in the green and make more than what I'm doing now or what I'm projecting, then, hey, if I got to make that move, then I'll do it. It's nothing personal. It's business. Same thing. Like we just trying to pinpoint her because she missed a cart. No, it's not just her. Like it wasn't 1,000 applications for her job.
No, it's for several employees' job. It wasn't just her.
And y'all been mediocre for how long? So if he comes in thinking, yeah, this spot could be improved, this position can be improved, y'all could do better. Y'all could do better in this area. Then what's wrong with that? What's wrong with letting y'all know? We're letting them know. I don't think that's scare tactics. I don't think that's being a bully. I think it's being upfront, being 100 with them. Versus being like, man, yeah, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job, Billy. Man, look at these 5 applications I got just this morning. You don't think one of them better than Billy? Instead of being like that, he let them know, like, yo, everybody in the room, y'all can hear me? All right, cool. I got 1,000 resumes on my desk right now. Not just for your job, not just for your job, but pretty much for every position in this room. Why? Because we're the Los Angeles Lakers. Y'all used to be important. Y'all used to be a standard. But now y'all being so mediocre for so long, y'all being comfortable in that position.
Oh, we just had to agree to disagree because I don't think
Okay, we
anytime
can.
that's right.
I don't see that.
I'm gonna give a quick example of this, and I'm just gonna kind of leave it alone.
All right.
If you and your girlfriend are having problems, or the person you're with, whoever's listening, you and the person you're with are having problems, you would not go to your DMs and be like, "You need to get it together because look who's waiting on me." It's inappropriate. That's all I'm gonna say. Now let's move on to Rich Paul. with Rich Paul,
Rich Paul, Clutch Sports, baby.
yeah, I think a lot of people, the agents don't like Rich Paul. They feel like their clients could be traded if they're with the Lakers. They thought
Man,
their players could be taken by Rich Paul. He's going to get the favorable treatment, and he's only
what?
looking out for LeBron, not for. I mean, yeah, you're the agent, but it's just ways you go about doing things. And I think Rich Paul, again, is doing the wrong thing.
So who does Rich Paul work for?
He works for LeBron,
And not who?
the Lakers.
So his best interest would be in terms of and for who? Like his best interest, everything he does, his decisions would be in the best interest of who?
Yeah, LeBron, but you don't go.
Okay. That's what an
This
agent's supposed to do.
No, you don't go. You don't go up to the commissioner and say, "Hey, I don't like this coach."
But like I
You
said,
do. That's
we don't-
acceptable.
but it gotta be the we don't know the context. It's all about context. Like if
What
you're in a
context?
restaurant, you know what I'm saying, you know he with LeBron, so he used to having that wine, that expensive wine. So Rich Paul probably had one or two, you know what I'm saying, one of them tall, one of them glasses. One of them glasses that was about 500 plus a glass, you know what I'm saying? Cause he got that. Cause he was LeBron. He was, you know what I'm saying? LeBron's more than just a GOAT basketball player. LeBron's a GOAT businessman, a GOAT business person. He's not LeBron is not just a businessman. He is a business man. So pretty sure he was, you know what I'm saying, when you the agent LeBron, you know what I'm saying, you flirting, you mingle in the same circles of the elite, you know what I'm saying, the top of the top of the chain, you know what I'm saying. I'm not thinking Adam Silver pulling up to Applebee's or pulling up to Chili's to get the 2 for $20 for him and his gal. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you in New York, you in LA, you at the top of, you know what I'm saying, 5 star. You know about 5 star. So he like, hey, yo, ain't that Adam Silver? That's Adam Silver. Let me go talk to an old boy. Let me go talk to my dog. Pull up on, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just talking. You ain't really talking about no business. You ain't gonna worry about no agents. You ain't gonna worry about like no media members, like trying to get like no clickbait, trying to like record your conversation. So he just talking with Adam Silver just as if we just cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we cool. You know me, I know you. My client is your best, you know what I'm saying, the best, you know what I'm saying, your best employee. You know what I'm saying? So, you know who I am. So we just joking around. We just keeping the buck, keeping the bean, keeping 100. Like
Uh,
you know, Adam Silver, you know Luke Walton not really that dude, dog.
and move on to our next topic. The NBA finals are about to start, and about you guys hear this podcast. The game would have already happened, but we're going to go ahead and give our finals preview and our prediction on what we think what's going to happen. So, Tweezy, who do you have winning the finals and in how many games?
All right, before I make this prediction, you want to do a little friendly bet for the pod?
Well, no.
Oh, we're gonna do it for the pod. We're gonna
No,
do a little
there's
bet.
so many
Well, no,
different.
okay. A cash app bet.
No, there's so many different scenarios that could happen with Katie playing, not playing, DeMarcus, how many minutes he could play. It's just too many scenarios in the air. I think that's unfair for a bet. So let's go. Who do you have?
I got Raptors in 6.
I had the Raptors also. I choose the Raptors to win.
I'll tell
Let's
you
move.
what.
Okay, go ahead.
No,
Oh,
you go.
okay. The reason why I'm picking the Raptors, Golden State's toughest series in the playoffs against the Clippers. Clippers have no star at all. It's a scrappy team. I feel like the Raptors are a scrappy team with a superstar. Not, I mean, Golden State just has a tough time against physical teams. I feel like Kawhi Leonard is locked in. I really, and this is going to sound crazy what I'm about to say, but I kind of feel like this series is going to go how Kyle Lowry goes. We know because we know what Kawhi's going to do. Kawhi's going to do his thing regardless. Kawhi's going to do his thing. But there's been games with Lowry where he's had the 7 points, where he hasn't been shooting well. I think I think he will step up. I think if he steps up, I think the Raptors are going to do fine. I think they'll win. He does a lot of things on the basketball court that aren't measured in stats, and I got the Raptors. We both have the Raptors, so yeah, that's why I'm picking the Raptors.
I feel you on that. With Steph Curry, Kyle Lowry can guard him. So
nobody can guard him. Like nobody's picking him up.
Exactly. So
containing him is the issue. Yeah,
exactly. Same with Kawhi. We're gonna get to it later in the podcast, but we talk about Kawhi. We talk about he might be injured, but the way Kawhi's playing, I'm gonna tell you why I went with the Raptors. For the reason you just said, so I agree with everything you just said. And you remember the last time Kawhi played the Warriors?
Did he drop? Was it 37 or something like that?
I can't remember, but
they played him once this year. Had a pretty good game. I mean, really good game, obviously.
He had a good game, and they was up by like 20 points, and he got hurt, and that's where the whole series changed. So I think about that a lot. That's the first thing that popped in my head when Kawhi made the finals. So.
Oh, I'm thinking about during the regular season when he played them. I'm thinking
about the final. Remember what was his name? Pachula. When he stepped up under him and Kawhi rolled his ankle.
Oh, yeah. Zaza Pachulia. Okay.
In that game, it was up by like what, 18, 19, 20?
Right. Yeah. That's what
so,
the Spurs.
Yep. So looking at this current Warriors lineup and roster, they have to pretty much guard their position. Because if you you could put Clay on Kawhi, but that'll limit his offense. Like, the reason why the Blazers lost to the Warriors because Damian Lillard had to guard Steph Curry and had to be the main focal point and the main provider of offense for a whole team. You can't exert energy guarding Steph and still trying to exert maximum energy trying to produce offense for your team. That's why they got swept. So Clay will not be on Kawhi. Iguodala, we know he's come off an injury. We know KD is out. Before we recorded the pod, Boogie, he will be activated. So I think he'll come off the bench. So if he's off the bench and he's like if KD is out, let's say they leave in. Like, if Boogie is playing, this is how when the Warriors, before Boogie was playing, while he was out, the Warriors, they would always keep two stars on the court. So we don't know how many minutes Boogie gonna play. So we know on the bench, when you come on the bench, they're gonna either leave Clay or Steph. So that could be a dangerous bench team as well. But it's saying Boogie, he haven't played, so he's gonna be unconditioned. He's gonna probably, he's not in shape. And they've been off for what? How many days? The Raptors, the way they've been playing lately, and Kawhi, if he stay motivated and if he gets help. Now, Jeremy Lin hasn't played all. I haven't seen him play 1 minute all conference final.
I don't think he's gonna play.
But he needs to, because remember, he was originally a Warrior. Remember, when we went from G League to the NBA, he was with the Warrior. Like, he played with Steph. He played with them. Like, he knows Steph base moves. Like, the fundamental of fundamentals of Steph game Jeremy Lin was there to practice against. Probably so, if he was on scout team or second team. We weren't on second team, but probably scout team probably got some minutes against him. So plus Jeremy Lin is not there. So if we know Kyle Lowry, he has a hurt finger. I don't know which one exactly, but he has a hurt finger. So if they play a point guard, this thumb, okay, and that's a big part in shooting. Like to hold the ball and to like push it forward, and you release with your forefingers. Like that, is it his left hand or his dominant hand?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure which hand it's in.
See, if it's his left, but Steph had that same injury on his left hand, he was still shooting. So if it's on his left hand, the Kyle Lowry should still be able to do. But I think the way he been talking and the way they been covering the media, I think it's his right hand, his shooting hand. So if they do a committee, Van Fleet been on fleek. He been playing his game. Excuse me, Jeremy Lin come in, but KD he hasn't played since when? He got hurt during the Clippers game. The Clippers. What game was the Clippers, right?
He missed the whole Blazers. So he didn't play.
He got hurt. He got hurt during Houston.
Yeah, he got hurt during Houston.
So that's what a month?
A month? I don't think
How long ago was
month.
that? How long ago was that? 3 weeks?
It might have been a month.
So no running up and down the court for a month? Let's just say a month. So how effective is KD if he is 70, 75%, maybe 80%,
effective. Oh,
but
KD
his stamina is not there?
KD effective. KD gifted. He effective. It's different. KD different. Yeah, you can say that about DeMarcus Cousins, and I'll go with that all day. Now, KD different. He a different beast. You got him on the floor. It's different.
So let's say this: he's out game one. Game starts.
You got to guard him different. He's still KD's the best player in the league. You got to guard him. You got to guard him.
What?
Or off.
So hold on, press pause. I know a lot of y'all ain't never had a VCR, but back in the day, you actually had to press pause, stop, and then rewind on your tape to go back in the movie. So
he's the best offensive player.
Press pause, rewind. No. Pause, rewind. Pause, rewind. You just say he's the best player in the league?
Arguably, you can argue him the best player in the league. Yeah.
Yes, dog. Oh my God.
Can we not get on LeBron, please, just for this segment? Let's just. He's one of the best players in the league. He's a top player in the league. He's special. He's one of the best players ever.
Go one of the best. Don't say top. Say one of the best. And we won't fight. I promise you. Say one of the best, and we won't have a debate. Just say one of the best.
He's the best player in the league. Anyways, he's different.
Don't do it.
He's different. If he's on the court, he matters. If Kevin Durant's on the court, he matters.
I'm not okay. For the sake of the argument, like you said, let's not bring LeBron up in this argument. But what you just said and what ESPN been doing lately, I can't wait for LeBron to come back and just we're not gonna bring him up. What was we talking about? Because you threw my whole train of thought with that. What were we talking about?
You're saying that if KD comes back, he won't be effective because his conditioning.
He will be.
I think
not accustomed to. Not what we're accustomed to. Not what we're accustomed to.
Yeah, no, we're accustomed to. Yeah, how many points? He's still gonna get 20 points a game at least.
So let's say this: he's not playing tonight. Right now, as we record, game starts in 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Well, They probably gonna do like national anthem, so game probably starts in 15 minutes, 20 minutes. We know the Raptors take game one, and the hobble just coming back from a month missed with Kevin Durant, and we know that Kevin Durant, if he plays game two, he's not gonna be 100%. He's gonna be rushed out there because of the circumstances, because of the reaction to the reaction of the circumstances. So, if they pretty much this is just a trial. They're trying to see the Warriors trying to see like, all right, can we handle the Raptors without KD? This is all this is about.
I don't think it's a trial. I think he legitimately can't play.
So if he can't play, then how? You can't go from he can't play at all from game one. Even if we needed him, he can't play at all game one from all right, he's starting game two.
I think he's doubtful. I think he's doubtful. I think he's
and if he's doubtful, probable, hurt, and he plays game two, Kawhi on a hobble KD, how effective is KD?
So KD shut down. So you think
see what he did to a healthy Giannis?
this? Okay, and I want to get on Giannis. Let's go ahead. We can go ahead to our next segment, where keeping it real goes wrong. Where we were wrong at. So
wrong.
where keeping it real goes wrong. Giannis is different than KD. Giannis is not. Giannis is he's a one-dimensional player. I had to say it. He does not. He is not KD. He is not. And I don't see how people say he's the best player in the league. No way. Giannis is great. He's a superstar. He's a stud. But if he's not attacking the basket, he's ineffective. He can make some threes if he's left open. He'll shoot them. He's not Ben Simmons. He's not Ben Simmons bad. But he has nothing off the dribble. Nothing. No. He can't set up offense for himself. Like he's not KD. Just because you stop Giannis doesn't mean you can stop KD.
Oh, he can. But he can't, like, if you shut off his path to the basket, then
he's through. He's through.
His game is limited. Exactly.
Done. He got to pass the ball. He'll get he can make an open three, an open set shot three, but he's not anything else beyond that. He ain't doing it.
Now we know what kind of player he is, but this goes on through buttonholes now as a coach. Like I am a basketball coach. Throughout the season, they really ain't run that many plays. They're similar to what the Rockets do, except they really ain't trying to get the switch because whoever was guarding Giannis couldn't guard him at all. So they already had the mismatch. So they'll go 4 out. They'll go 4 out, and then if somebody helped on Giannis, he'll make the easy pass, and if somebody helped on that, they'll make the kick. They'll make the swing. Gap kick swing. That's bad. That's bad. That's what the Spurs been doing. Like they'll attack a gap, attract a help defender. They'll kick it, and then whoever the backside help defender is, he'll go to that first pass, and then they'll swing it. So they'll attack a gap, pass to the corner, swing to the slot or to the wing, and that person have a wide open shot. That's what the Spurs try to do. That's what the Bucks did all year. Let's not forget Budenholzer was a Popovich assistant for what? How long? So he knows about gap kick swing. So when you have Giannis, who's 7 feet, but has point guard skills, and there's no power forward in the league that could guard him, except Draymond and Anthony Davis. So every time in the regular season, he can just come down, be his man off the dribble, attract the help defender, kick it for a 3-point shot or for a kick swing. You could do that in regular season.
Right, and it worked for the first 2 games. It worked for the first 2 games.
But what did not happen the first 2 games? What was the difference? Let's see if you know.
What was the difference with Giannis?
Kawhi wasn't guarding him. It was Siakam.
Then they had then they kind of just put everybody. They were just throwing bodies. They were kind of shading him with Brook Lopez. You've seen Kawhi on him. You've seen Siakam. When they put a lot of big bodies over him to where he couldn't even. He felt like he couldn't even. He couldn't even get to the bucket.
Exactly. That's when the whole series changed. But it's changed when they did that. But Kawhi was the primary defender. That's why I say I'm gonna take this. So who could Kawhi guard and take him away? Like if you put Kawhi on Steph, is Steph doing what he's supposed to? Like is Steph doing what he been doing throughout the whole Portland series, averaging 36? If Kawhi's the primary defender, let's not forget, like they don't have to do a switch. Like they're not like the Warriors, where as soon as sometimes they do, to where as soon as the screen come, they do a little soft switch, like I got touched, switch. No, like Kawhi, I think he could go over and fight over the screen.
No.
So if Kawhi's guarding Steph, and we know Steph is the primary, like he's the engine.
He's averaging 25 points a game regardless. Who's guarding him? It don't matter who is on him. He's averaging 25 points a game.
But there's no KD. Iguodala is hurt. Your 2 primary scorers, Klay and Steph. The Raptors, they have defenders everywhere.
They do. They got scrappy guys.
You just gotta worry about 2 players. If KD is now playing, you just gotta worry about 2 players. Let's see if all these triple doubles and all this trying to play like LeBron that Draymond do. Let's see if he could get 30 points. I'm putting Dre. I'm putting Danny Green on Clay. I'm putting no. I'm putting Kawhi on Steph. I'm putting Kyle Lowry on Clay. And I'm putting Danny Green on Iguodala. And let's see. If Draymond could do what he could do against Siakam. And you still got Gasol that can still post up and still play make at the high post, at the elbow against Kevin Looney, Jordan Bell. DeMarcus Cousins ain't played since what? Clip the first round? And he a big dude, so he ain't got no stamina.
Yeah.
So he coming with the second team. So Jordan Bell and Kyle Looney against Gasol. Like I'm gonna go with the Raptors, bro.
No, I'm with you. Now, I've been telling people, I kind of talk basketball with. They're like, man, you're crazy. Warriors in 6.
Everybody ain't got that
4-1, 4-2. I'm with you. I got the Raptors. They're they're a physical team. They're hungry.
And they got length.
They got length.
The shortest one is Kyle Lowry. He was 6'1", but
he's
like
scrappy.
Steph.
Kyle Lowry is scrappy.
Yeah.
The only scrappy guy that's on the not only, but Draymond's a scrappy one, and Iguodala got D too.
He come off an injury, so how healthy could it be?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Did he play the last 2 games of the Blazers series? I think he missed the last 2 games.
Let's look it up. No, but I just think
it's all right.
Yeah.
Now, we've been talking about Raptors versus Warriors. Let's get into some storylines. Now, KD's out game 1. Now, Drake massaging shoulders and doing all this. This is not the first time he'd been doing sideline antics while the Raptors been playing. Now, a story came out that the NBA actually got in contact with the Raptors to talk about Drake's antics on the sideline. Now, on Twitter, Smash Mouth came out talking about pretty much Drake, stay in your lane, don't do all that in Oakland. We know that E40 is a big-time Warriors fan. So does Drake do what he did in Toronto in Oakland? Like,
yes.
Like, you think so?
Yeah.
Ooh. So it's fair to say that Drake might be he's our Spike Lee. Like if he really does, if he does this during the finals, he's our Spike Lee.
For sure. It's not. I mean, it's a deal. It's an issue. I thought people were making it a bigger deal than what it is. We've seen this, and I've seen it before, but we've seen stuff like this before. Now, this is everybody, but by the time you guys hear the podcast, you'll already know this. But Drake is wearing a signed Dale Curry jersey at the game right now.
For real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, he's wearing the signed Dale
For
Curry.
Real?
Yeah. So
let's not forget Steph actually. Drake also have Steph and KD tattooed. Like he have their basketball number tattooed on this. I want to say his left bicep.
Yeah. It's all love with them, but they're trying to get. He's with the rapper. He's trying to get a championship, and I like Drake because Drake is the master. I don't want to say master of manipulation, but Drake is thought out. I like the Dale Curry jersey, So
my fault. Let me cut you off. Last game in the conference final, he wore the Tupac outfit from above the rim.
Yeah, and it says, he had the Y on the back. Yeah.
Like Drake, he really about this, dog. So this is gonna be like I said, like he really loved his Raptors. Like Spike really loved his Knicks. Nicholson really loved his Lakers. Like who else we got? Nav. I don't know his last name, but respect to Nav, longtime Raptor fan. Like I think he might have been a Raptor fan longer than Drake. Yeah, he was. Nav. I don't know his last name, but the guy you always see at Raptors game. He's been there since like the very first game of the Raptors game. This been confirmed by Isaiah Thomas. Like Isaiah Thomas was the general manager of the Raptors, especially when they drafted Tracy McGrady. Like he's been there since day one. So this series, like the Raptors, this is like there's no bandwagon. It's like if you're a bandwagoner, like we'll know. Like this series is gonna be a good series in terms of like fan bases because you got a lot of people that became Warriors fans after Warriors started winning, and you got
Man,
yeah, man. But I ain't gonna put that on my boy EJ. EJ 2K look like episode 001. We talked about it. Like he was a Warriors fan, like before like the Warriors became the Warriors.
no. I was a Warriors supporter. I was a Steph Curry fan. Him from Davidson.
Okay.
I'm a Laker. I've always been a Lakers fan, but I was rude. I would go to Warriors games and cheer them on because they were like the little brother. Lakers, we were still good in competition, and now the Warriors are too big for me to be cheering on. They don't need me.
Yep.
But I've kind of admired them. You know, I was like, man, I kind of hope they do well. Not better than us, but I hope they do well. But
didn't you have a Warrior shirt?
I have Warrior shirts. I have Curry stuff. Yeah, I've been
No,
to
I'm
games.
talking about back then, like before they was like before Steph was Steph. Like you had like a Warrior shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had Warriors gear.
No
Yeah.
fan, but you was a supporter. I say. Like you said.
Maybe lightweight fan, but I like them. They were fun to watch back in the day. Back with Harrison Barnes, Monte Ellis, all that. Another thing is, I know a lot of these real Warrior fans aren't real Warrior fans because I seen Monte Ellis walking the other day. I don't give out where I work or anything. And there was a crowd of people and nobody. I know because I'm a basketball fan. I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" He's like, "What's up?" But nobody.
He spoke to you. Y'all spoke.
Yeah, but
That's
nobody else. Not like we like, "Hey, what's up?" We did.
Yeah, I
I
know
was
what
like,
you mean.
like he just. I was like, I know
You're
you're
one of the only ones.
Yeah, I'm like, I know you're Monte Ellis. What's up? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Shout out to
stuff
Monte
like that.
Ellis straight out of high school.
Yeah, and then like no, I'm full of people where I was at. Nobody noticed them or said anything, but they're all these big Warrior fans. I don't. Nah.
Now, like we ain't gonna give away where he work at, but EJ on the regular, he sees celebrities. Now, if follow our Twitter will be in the description. Whatever you listen to, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Blueberry. We spoke about it. SoundCloud, YouTube. Our Twitter will be there. iTunes coming up soon. EJ2K. EJ, did you see the clip I put up? I just posted on Twitter. I ain't sent it to your IG, but did you see it? I was wondering why you ain't say that. I did an actual clip right now. You go to our Twitter, it'll be in the description. Don't go to one right now. We had a little problem with our original Twitter, so I created another one. So I will update the description box in our RSS feed. So episode 3, you will if you click on our Twitter handle in our description block in the description box, or you search unusually ordinary podcast on Twitter, we will pop up and you will see the clip that we're about to talk about. But there's a scenario in episode 0 in which EJ seen a particular NFL player that, mean mugs and shoulder shrugs, and it's all because.
Man, I didn't get tagged in that.
All right, hold on, bro. I'll do it right now, but right now, let's go to our Twitter. It'll be in the description box. You'll see our first clip ever for our podcast, episode clip 0. I mean, first clip for episode 0. But what we was talking about, let me get back to it. We'll attack to it. We'll get a reaction probably towards the end. Let's stay focused. Well, I was going to talk about watching the finals right now. Early
Finals
turnover.
is about to start. Yeah, we gotta wrap
this up. But we was just talking about the Warriors. Anything else we got to talk about the Warriors versus Red? Oh yeah, that's what we got to talk about. In just one season with the Raptors, is Kawhi Leonard already the best player in the Raptors history?
No.
Who's better? Who was the best player in their history then? In their franchise history?
You got to do it for more than just a season.
Wait, okay, make your argument.
He's had a great.
Go ahead. I'll tell you after this.
Vince Carter, Chris Bosh, Tracy McGrady, um, DeMar DeRozan. Who else has been great for them? Um, I mean, there's Dale Curry. I mean, he's had. I mean, they've had some players, not a lot, but they've. You can't just say he's the greatest player ever, and then he has only done so much. I
But
gotta.
he said only done so much. What have he done that all the names you just named? What have they? What has he done more than what the names you just mentioned?
He's done more, but you can't just do it for one season and bounce. But oh, he's the greatest Raptor ever. I just feel like they have longevity in it. That's all I'm saying. That's like Derrick Rose having great early part of his career. You can't just say, "Oh, Derrick Rose is the greatest Bull ever." You know what I mean? I know they got.
But he ain't do it. But we're talking about franchise history. Like we know what the best player.
He is the best player to put in Raptors uniform. Yes, if that's what you're asking, he is the best player. Yes.
Thank you. That's
When you say greatest ever, I feel like that's more of a longevity thing. He's the best player to put in a jersey. Yeah.
Well, so it's not really longevity. Like he's not going to re-sign with the Raptors. Like this is one and only stop in Toronto. Right. So right now, if he just let's say he wins it, will he be the best player in their history?
You brought him a championship, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So what's the difference between bringing them a championship and taking them to a place they've never been before?
It's you bring them a championship. It's a big difference.
Well, with the names you just mentioned, they never even got to the spot. You said DeRozan, they didn't get past LeBron that one time. You said Vince Carter, he went to graduation versus playing in an important playoff game. Tracy McGrady, he went to Orlando. Chris Bosh for probably first, second round exit. I don't know the farthest they got, but it wasn't far enough to where they're talking about like, all right, Chris Bosh versus the Boston Celtics or Chris Bosh versus the Cleveland Cavaliers or Toronto versus Dwight Howard and the Magic. That was never the conversation. Who else you mentioned? Like so,
you're right. He's the greatest.
Now, exactly. We're watching the Toronto Raptors for the first time playing the NBA Finals versus a team that might be in the conversation for the greatest dynasty of all time. Now, I'm not gonna give away too much on the podcast. I'm just gonna leave it up. I'm just gonna leave it up to the viewers. But off the rip, defensively, Klay Thompson is guarding Kawhi. No, Iguodala is guarding Kawhi. Klay is guarding Kyle Lowry, and Steph is guarding Danny Green. Defensively, Kyle Lowry. Kawhi Leonard is guarding Steph, and Danny Green is guarding Klay. That's all the possession I see right now. They got Kawhi on Klay, and Danny Green on Steph. So, look out for that. Look out for that while you watch the game. So. That's what I want to say. Like he is like in one season, he has to be. All right. Now we talk about LeBron Law in this conversation. I just want to mention one thing. This is the first time this is the NBA Finals for LeBron since 2009, 2010. No, 2010, 2011. And I just want to say, last time LeBron was in the final, there was no Snapchat. IG just began. There was no iPad. There's a lot of things there's a lot of things that have been going on since LeBron was last night in the finals. Just to remind you how great LeBron was, but we're not gonna get into that on this podcast. All right. If you watch the NBA Finals now, pay attention to this. Pay attention now. Go to twitter.com/Chipotle to get the specifics on this, but there's a specific code that you're supposed to text. But anytime during the NBA Finals in their broadcast, if they say the word free and you text a specific code to a 5-number code, like a 5-digit number, you will be eligible to get a free burrito with Chipotle. I seen that last night. Thought I mentioned that. So for by the time this episode come out, Game 2 is Sunday, so this episode will be out. So if you're listening to this before you watch Game 2, anytime you hear the broadcast team say the word free, quote free, and you text right after you hear it, and you text a certain code to the 5-digit number, you will be eligible to receive a free burrito with Chipotle is on like the first like certain amount of people that do it. So little game you can play by yourself while you watching the finals. Don't say I never gave you none for free. Um, what's next on the docket? Now,
Finals zone. Let's wrap it up.
We're gonna wrap
Let's
it
get
up.
to the finals.
Anyone hurry up now? A few things. For episode 0, episode 1, or episode 2. I think episode 0, 1, or 2. EJ made a prediction, not really a prediction, but like a saying like where Kyrie should go or where he would end up. And Brooklyn was one of the things that he said. I said no, that wouldn't happen because they got D'Angelo Russell. Rick Bucher, an NBA analyst and insider, said that one of the teams that Kyrie is considering is Brooklyn. EJ, give your take on that.
I just been hearing it through the media a little bit in the rumblings in the background. Like, hey, maybe Kyrie is from close to there. He can give Brooklyn a chance. I was like, you know what? I think that's a real situation. It's close to home. I think him and D'Lo works together. And it's less pressure there. You're not in the big market. You kind of can do your thing. And I know it's less media. I mean, Kyrie's always going to have media with him. He's a superstar, but I feel like it's less pressure. He could just freely do his thing there, and I think that's a good destination for him. I want him to be a Laker if we can get our stuff together, but until then, until we can prove we deserve more stars, I mean, it's other teams. It's going to be our competition, like real competition, as it's been for like the last 10 years, and we ain't really got nobody but LeBron. But yeah, I see him going to the Nets. That's where I think he's going. He's going to Brooklyn.
Now you say Knicks or Nets?
Nets.
Okay, Nets. All right, Nets. They do have 2 max slots available, so I'm not gonna just totally discard them. I forgot about that. So when you said they were a possibility, like when you said the Nets, I was first thinking about D'Angelo because I know he's restricted. Now a story that I did see is that Kyrie potentially might signing with the Nets could ruin a Devin Booker, D'Angelo Russell combo backcourt that we talked about in previous podcasts. So
right.
If Kyrie signs, then the Nets, they will look to like retain D'Angelo Russell to have that backcourt of D'Angelo and Kyrie, and that's not enough. So, I would think and hope believe that if Kyrie said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to Brooklyn," that they would say, "Let him go," because I don't think he's a point guard. He's not really a 2 guard. He probably played a 2, but Kyrie would want. I don't think Kyrie would want D'Angelo Russell to be his second best player that he passed the ball to.
Why not? D'Angelo's getting better and better.
Yeah, but we're talking about trying to win championships. If he's your second best player, I don't think you really win championships.
Who's the second best player for the Celtics?
Probably Horford.
Would you rather have Horford or D'Angelo Russell?
Russell.
Okay.
That's different though. They have that. The Celtics was a more balanced team. They just had too many players, too many good players. So like Stevenson, he really didn't know what to do. It was too much. I know what he mean. I know what he went through. Cause sometimes too many good players could be a detriment to the team. Not a detriment, but it could be too much. So
too many mouths to feed.
Yeah, exactly.
Expecting.
So Kyrie with D'Angelo, I don't know, but I don't think they pretty much need the ball in their hands. You pretty much the same situation with James Harden. We're talking about it right now. James Harden, if you don't know, Daryl Morey, GM of the Houston Rockets, pretty much said that the whole like everybody's up for grabs. Like James Harden is the most hard to get, but if you give me an offer that I cannot refuse, no Godfather reference, then he would pull that. He would do that. So we know the Rock. We talked about this in the early podcast. I said that CP3 needs to go to the Spurs, and knowing Daryl Morey now saying that everybody is available, it's the same situation. Like Chris Paul and James Harden, like they pretty much the same, not the same player, but they both need the ball in their hand. D'Angelo Russell and Kyrie, they both need the same ball in their hand. So it pretty much be like the same situation the Rockets just went through the past 2 seasons. So I don't see that happening.
No, completely different.
Hell.
I think D'Angelo can play off the ball.
But he's been a point guard all his life.
D'Angelo can play 1 and 2.
Even in high school, like Ben Simmons and D'Angelo Russell was on the same high school team, and we know Ben Simmons now is a point guard. But
the thing is, Kyrie doesn't need the ball. He's played with LeBron.
Yes, he do. And you see how that happened. LeBron and Kyrie was trying to get on the first train smoking out of Cleveland. Because why he wanted to be the point guard again. He wasn't the point guard of the team because the best point guard on the team was LeBron.
Okay, let me not give it LeBron.
All right, last night, John Witherspoon, famed black comedian, famed like one of the best ever. He was the pop granddad on the Boondocks. He was on Joe Rogan podcast, and he announced that the greatest anime show of all time will be making a return. I just want to put that out there.
It's not considered anime. It's not a Japanese show, but Boondocks is a great show.
Anime has to be Japanese?
I believe it's Japanese shows. Yes, correct. Japanese, Chinese. So yeah, it's a Japanese show.
We'll look in the origin of that. Another storyline, part 2, King and Flash, part 2. Bronny James and Zaire Wade, Dwayne Wade's son and LeBron James' son, they will be attending Sierra Canyon High School in California. They'll be playing high school basketball together. Dwayne Wade and LeBron James is basketball dads, like at your local high school. That's a crazy sight. Cause right now we see like LeBron like an AAU basketball coaching Bronny, how he is on the sideline as the basketball dad. So imagine like Dwayne and LeBron. Imagine the coach of that. Like you got 2 NBA Hall of Famers like as basketball parents. Like I said, I coach basketball and like I'm not gonna get too much into it because I still want to further my career. So, but that's gonna be an intense situation.
Hold on, real quick. You said you think LeBron and Dwayne Wade are both going to the Hall of Fame? I'm just playing.
That's what I'm about to say.
I'm playing. No, yeah. I think that's good for high school. That's good. That's good for the game of basketball. Let's get more attention on the young kids. That's gonna be a nasty team.
Will be in high school basketball.
Yeah, man. They're trying to have that Zion effect. Them two.
It is like Bronny a freshman, so I believe like we talk about the biggest high school buzz of all time. I believe it was last podcast or episode 1. I think I said LeBron was 1, Zion was 2, Brandon Jennings was 3, and LaMelo was 4. Bronny James, what he about to do is gonna be LeBron 1, Bronny James 2, Zion 3, and maybe LaMelo 4. Cause we still got 4 years of LeBron's son in high school basketball. He haven't played one game of high school basketball. He's still in 8th grade right now, and look at all the buzz. Like he just got an IG, and within 2 days he had over 1 million followers. One promo from LeBron James, and he had over 1 million followers in 2 days. So the buzz around Bronny is going to grow and grow and grow, especially if he really want to be a great basketball player and like legit try to make the league and be a legit great college, like a legit like top prospect in America and top prospect in basketball. Period. The buzz around LeBron is it might surpass LeBron. It might, because Michael Jordan's sons wasn't this. Kobe's daughter, she getting that buzz right now, and she was 11, 12 years old.
Yeah, but not like this. Yeah.
But it's Kobe's daughter. Imagine like a couple more years. It could be up there. Now, episode 2 is out there. As mentioned in episode 2, there Deontay Wilder that we had his next opponent. If he wanted to smoke, EJ was ready, but I guess he didn't. I guess he didn't hear that episode because it was mentioned yesterday that Deontay Wilder next opponent would not be Tyson Fury or Anthony Johnson, but it would be
Joshua.
Joshua Anthony. My fault. But it would be Luis Ortiz. This would be the second fight between those two. What do you think about that? Like, you think that she already think it's the same situation when we all wanted the Pacquiao Mayweather fight, but it happened to like later in their careers. Do you think we'll ever get that fight, the Joshua Wilder fight, in their prime?
That's the thing. Now we'll get the fight. They're just trying to build this hype up as big as they can, but I want that fight. But they're trying to build it up. It's going to happen. I mean, they're just making us wait. But I think they'll both still be undefeated by the time unless Fury gets to one of them beforehand. But I want to see that fight. Let's go ahead and unify the championships.
Did Deontay already fight with Fury?
Fury, yeah, he fought. He beat. It was a draw. It was a draw with him and Fury. I felt like Fury outboxed him, but I felt like Wilder's hands, that knockout made it it really should have been a knockout, made it a draw. But I feel like Tyson Fury's a beast, and he's in that conversation. He's definitely in the conversation, if not the best of all three of them.
Yeah, I agree. All right, hey, it's been pretty much a pretty good podcast. Sure, according to the circumstances. All right, before we break, you have your fake news of the day. Fake news of the week, my fault.
I'm tired of the Kobe slander. Kawhi is not more clutch than Kobe. Max Kellerman keeps on with these Kawhi and Kobe. Kawhi is a better closer. Kawhi is more clutch. Negative, no sir. We'll find out. I'm going for. I think the Raptors will win, but we're going to find out how clutch Kawhi is against this competition.
Yeah, and
hopefully Durant plays. Cause I want to see the full extent of it whenever you got all of them out there. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of y'all want to throw. Yeah, they want to downgrade Kobe so much. They want to skip over. Kawhi's the next Jordan. He's the closest Jordan we've ever seen. They just doing my man Kobe wrong. But now we know the real. We know the real.
Yeah, we know the real. All right, to end the pod, I just want to give my boy opinion on one scenario. All right, throughout the week on NBA Twitter, it's been floating out. There's 4 scenarios that have been floating out there of which one would you rather seen happen. I'm gonna give these 4 scenarios to my boy EJ. I think I know which one he's gonna go with, but I just want to know. I just want to hear it for his own voice. Hear it from himself. So, 4 options. First option, you have Jordan. He never retired for the first time, meaning he possibly could have won 8 straight. You got Kobe and Shaq that never split up. You got a situation in which Kobe and LeBron played in the NBA Finals against each other. And you have Derrick Rose never got injured early in his career. Which situation would you have rather seen happen?
Kobe and Shaq never breaking up.
If Kobe and Shaq never broke up, what would have happened?
Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. See through the podcast. We're new. We're learning. We're going to have our ups and downs, but we just plan on getting better every week. And
exactly.
Hey guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let us know if you like it, if you love it, if it's good, if it's bad. We want everything. We're really for the people. We want to make the podcast best for you guys, and it's really for y'all. So please just let us know what we can do. Let us know if you love it, and if you have any questions, you want us to talk to us about anything, we'll definitely converse with you guys online. So yeah, hit us up.
Leave in the comment section.
We'll chat with you guys for sure.
Deuces.